We have less than 20 minutes, so 4 minutes each, please. Gareth Davis.
Deputy Speaker, I will keep my remarks brief, but I did want to speak tonight in support of this bill, which I think is a fantastic bill that will unlock literally hundreds of millions of pounds to support communities and community businesses throughout our country. The bill is very clear on where the money is coming from. So let me talk very briefly about where the money could go to. In 2008, the last Dormant Asset Bill unlocked funding to support our UK social investment sector, and I very much hope that this bill will do the same, Madam Deputy Speaker, because the UK social investment market has tremendous potential to transform communities up and down this country and to support businesses that have a social benefit, as well as charities that have very specific targeted interventions. But in doing so, Madam Deputy Speaker, it is really important that we reflect on the time since the last Dormant Asset Bill in 2008. And if I may, just spend my brief time to just highlight 3 points. The first is that, as has been mentioned by the Honourable Member for Bethnal Green and Bow, £425 million was taken from the Dormant Asset Pool in 2012 to form Big Society Capital, which was the world's first social investment organisation. And as she quite rightly pointed out, they have done significant work, brilliant work to mobilise social investment capital and to help fund a lot of businesses and charities around the country. But it is really important to point out, similar to my honourable friend, the member for Thirsk and Malton, that they are constrained by a very specific ring-fenced scope because of the legislation at the time, to the extent that their mandate has almost become overtly philanthropic. And I think if we're going to really unleash the potential of social investment, it's vital that we look at their scope to be able to invest in businesses that have a social impact and make money. And if you just look at their financial track record over the last 8 years, they have made a loss in 6 of those 8 years. And if you speak to the organisation themselves, they would agree that if they were given more freedom to invest across the country in different types of business, they could do a lot better. The second point, Madam Deputy Speaker, is around what are commonly known as social outcome contracts, which were first launched in 2011. And these are arrangements that are highly complex, very illiquid, and somewhat risky. We've had 87 launched in this country since 2011, and they were billed as a way of mobilising billions of private capital. Unfortunately, they've only mobilised 73 million, and so I would just urge caution of the government ahead of proceeding with allocations in the future to make sure that they're not investing in social impact bonds or social outcome contracts that may not deliver what they say they are. But there is one area, Madam Deputy Speaker, that I would encourage the government in conclusion to look at as part of their consultation, and that is to bolster our liquid, tradable social bond funds and the market that is out there. These are tradable, these are liquid, they are issued by corporates and charities to ring-fence capital that has a social impact. And we are a genuine world leader in it. Last year, there's $59 billion of issuance that could multiply quite exponentially if you look at what's happened to green bonds. And I would just encourage the government to look at that in more detail. Thank you.
Danny Kruger.